up, YouTube? How are you guys? We don't care. Welcome to another week of Shut Up and Poetry. We kind of care. We are your host. I am SC Says. This is SellerCon. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest inside the world of slam poetry. And this week, it's South by Southwest. And the traffic sucks.
Enjoy that.
It's the worst. So all of you lovely people coming into town, you should check out something.
Yeah. Come check out some poetry.
Yes.
On Tuesday night, 8 o'clock at the Vortex Theater.
New venue.
So because of South by, we're not going to be at the ballroom this week. So come check out Kayla Q. It's going to be her send-off for WALPS because she is representing Austin this year. It's going to be amazing. But this week we have a feature for you, and her name is Sarah Maddux. She is amazing and beautiful.
And we've been dying to feature her for a little bit. So you're in for a treat. Check out her amazing poetry.
I grew up in a birdhouse with bars. My family likes to keep its precious chicks close to the nest. All its little duckies in a row taught us to parrot the songs of our mother hens. We learned young to stay in tune or stay silent. No one likes a mockingbird mucking up the chorus. We grew up with an invisible playmate. Her name was Depression, but we did not call her that. We learned that putting a name to a thing makes it real. So instead, we called her Artistic Spirit, Moodiness, Family Tradition. An ostrich knows how to bury its head in the sand, so we just dressed her up pretty on Sundays and sent her to church with the rest of the girls. We learned to sew our torn feathers into first-place ribbons, mold our bones into trophies, polish them until they reflected our family pride. As the list of our accomplishments grew, we began shrinking to make room for them, carving out space between our ribs to store our prizes, our bellies bloated on a legacy of perfectionism. As we choked on our own swallowed tongues, we lost the ability to sing. So when the snake slithered into our nest to steal away our innocence, we did not cry for help. When the fox blamed the bloody feathers on how delicious we smelled, we buried the weight of his guilt in our own robin-red blood-stained breasts. Good little birds know how to hide their wounds and muffle their sobs. When my cousin's body began to betray her, we blamed it on hormones, on female hysteria, on her impetuous personality. It took over a decade to diagnose the bacterial parasites chewing through her nervous system because we were too busy dismissing her voice to hear the truth in it. Oh, we excel at dismissing what we do not want to hear, at keeping all the noise out and the songbirds in. The secret to keeping all the chicks in the nest is to burn down the rest of the trees. Set the whole world a forest fire. Name your cage Oasis, safe haven, and if they try to escape, become the inferno, chase them until they are too tired to fly. I know this everlasting fire, how it scorches lungs into silence, turns tongue to ash, always burning away this new song budding in my throat. But I have learned that from ash rises the phoenix. Sometimes you must melt away the flesh to find the melody buried within. Let furnace turn spine to steel. Fire can birth new life as surely as water. I want to tell the caged flock of my sisters what the sky tastes like. How the winds of change ruffle your feathers. You were given these hollow bones not because you are weak, because you were born to fly. I want them to know that getting out is not easy. The bars are sharp, the chain's heavy, the fire hot. It will hurt when your clipped wet feathers begin to grow back, when you spread your cramped wings for the first time, and when you are learning to fly, you will fall. Those fragile bones will shatter, but you will fashion them into new shapes of your own design. You will sing a song you wrote yourself. You will not be silent.
So two things I loved in this poem is that one, it's told in this amazing metaphor about like kind of being a caged bird and having your song choked out of you. And this is a theme throughout the entire poem, and I just love that. Like from like a purely stylistic point, I love poems that are able to do that.
You like that she was trapped in a cage in the beginning?
Right, from an absolute metaphorical sense, I love that she was trapped. No, it's such a beautiful theme, and it helps communicate the story in such an amazing way. And then another theme within her poetry in this poem is silence, and how detrimental that could be in this conversation about depression. Like having your voice choked out and not being able to communicate what you need to hear, like I need support, I need help, or maybe if you are able to communicate it, having it like kind of shoved back in your face, like no, you're fine, just fit in this little cage and you'll be okay, and then that kind of perpetuates the silence. And so I think that's such an amazing point that she made, and she told it so beautifully.
Yeah, I'm really thankful that she was brave enough to talk about this because depression and mental illness are taboo subjects, as we know. And so she's like, let's stop dismissing these actual feelings and illnesses that we have and bring them to light. And so thank you, Sarah, for doing that for us. And at the same time, beyond just talking about it, which is, you know, one of the first steps, I think, I love how she ends the poem, which is, I don't have to be a part of this anymore. I can still learn how to fly, and it's going to be weird in the beginning. I had forgotten how to use my wings, but we can break this cycle and start talking about it and getting some actual help instead of trying to be perfect and putting on some kind of facade.
Yeah, I love the phoenix metaphor, and I think that also plays into this poem as well. It's not just a poem about being depressed, it's about being depressed and maybe getting through that. So it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Sarah's incredible. You should definitely check out more of her work, or if you're here for South by, come and see her at the Vortex Theater. But let us know what you thought about her poem in the comment section below. In the section below. And poets, please send us your poetry to shutupandpoetry@gmail.com to be featured on an episode. We will see you guys next week. Stay tuned and have fun. Be safe at South by Southwest. Take care.
Love you.
Love you.
Shut up. In poetry.